This is Concrete TV. Concrete TV.
I started out basically just being inspired by the TV screen, you know what I'm saying, watching movies like Juice, Yo MTV Raps and all that at a young age. And when I used to go out, I used to see like different DJs, you know, being from Atlanta, just kind of rocking in the parks and pool parties and all that type of stuff. And after my 3-day stint as a rapper, that didn't really work out, you know what I mean? Then I said I gotta find something that I could do to be a part of this culture, because, you know what I'm saying, I'm really excited about it, you know what I'm saying, and I know that, you know, like rapping and breakdancing ain't gonna be it. So I decided to kind of start paying attention to the DJ, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, basically saved up some money, got my first pair of turntables, pawn shop joints, some cheap joints. I ain't eat lunch for like a whole semester straight at school. And just became a bedroom DJ, man, and just started just having fun with it, man. Like I told myself from day one, even then at the age of 13 years old, you feel me? I just wanted to always have this be something that was like my release, something fun, you know what I'm saying? So that's the basics of it, and of course it evolved from there. It evolved from me being like a battle DJ, and then going to college and really getting into being a party DJ and getting my first radio experience, and then that led to my first tour experience, to my first big mixtape, to my first, you know what I'm saying? It kind of just all fell in place for me. And some of them I'm not gonna front, I can't remember all of them, but definitely shout out to, you know, DJ Nabs, Edward J, the J Team, Atlanta, you feel me? DJ Jelly, you know what I mean? Nabs is so important in Jelly and Edward J and a lot of these people, because we didn't have a hip hop station at that age, you feel me? We had an underground college station, and then like the regular station only played R&B. And you might be lucky to hear some Miami bass music, you know what I'm saying? But we didn't have nowhere where you could hear like NWA or any of the East Coast, Eric B. Rakim, none of that. We couldn't hear that, you know what I mean? We had to get it from the underground station. I hope you run into a mixtape at the flea market, you feel me? So those are some of the people, you know what I'm saying, that when they did get guest appearances on mix shows and everything, like I listened real closely, I recorded on tape, play it over and over again till the tape pop, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I always wanted to be all around, you know what I'm saying? Like if I had to do radio 7 days a week, I'd probably get bored with it, but it's a very exciting experience doing it a few times a week. As we all know, like touring can be exhausting, you know what I'm saying? But I love to go out and tour at the same time and touch the people, you know what I'm saying? And probably, you know, my first love, the thing that just opened up so many doors for me was mixtapes, you know what I'm saying? At first it was all about me just putting together the dopest records and doing the dopest mixtapes. Then I was fortunate to kind of help artists do their street albums, you know what I'm saying? And I got a legacy for doing a lot of classic street albums with a lot of artists, you know what I mean? Originality, man. People gotta know that sometimes I'll get phone calls or even people that come up to me and be like, hey man, I got this rapper sound just like Jay-Z. I'm like, well, I don't want to hear a rapper that sounds just like Jay-Z. I'll just go listen to Jay-Z, you feel me? People gotta know, man, it's cool to be influenced, you know what I'm saying, by some of the bigger artists. But at the end of the day, man, you gotta be original. You know, if you look at the biggest artists in the game, you know, Jay-Z don't sound like 50, don't sound like Dre, don't sound like Snoop, don't sound like Outkast, don't sound like, you feel what I'm saying? Scarface. When you're original, you got your own voice, you got your own style, then it lasts a lot longer, you know what I'm saying? But when you're a carbon copy or a clone, you can make some money, you can get in, you feel me? But 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be in and out. I think the approach is cool, you know, definitely approaching someone and giving them your CD or whatever the case may be is cool, but you know, when you're overbearing and you come up and say, yo, I'm the hottest rapper since, and I'm out of here, and well, what do you need me for? You feel me? If you got it popping like that, then I ain't never heard of you. Number two, then, you know what I'm saying, it just makes it an awkward situation. Some of my best relationships been like real humble approaches. It's like, yo, I'm a fan of what you do, here's what I do, maybe we'll meet in the future. You know what I'm saying? And everybody knows me, I'm the type of person that might go to the hood club or the open mic put a hoodie on and just be in the corner and just kind of observing, you know what I'm saying? I'm a fiend for what's next and what's new and what's current and what's relevant, but you know, your approach just gotta be real, more modest and humble and confident at the same time. Like, you know, the overbearing approach, not just for me, but for all DJs, is just frustrating. Remind you, in college, before the mixtapes, I was doing college radio a little bit, kind of getting my feet wet, but I was lucky, man. I did like national, worldwide radio at Sirius first. So when the guy who hired me called me, he said, look, I want you to do the same shit you do on your mixtapes, on the airwaves, unless I tell you otherwise, you feel me? So I'm like, all right, you can curse, you can do what the fuck you want. There's no playlist, just make sure you're playing good shit. And Hood Rich Radio was built off of that, you know what I'm saying? A brand that's 7 to 8 years strong now, and it's just been a breaking ground for, man, the first place you heard a Future record, the first place you heard 2 Chainz as 2 Chainz, the first place you heard Waka do an interview, you know what I mean? That's got millions of views online right now. We world premiere so many records that go on to be like major hits. I remember the day we played Racks on Racks on Racks, and my PD was like, yo, this is bullshit, man. You know what I'm saying? And then went to be this gold platinum single. So it's real dope, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of the same approach I take. Anytime I go to a radio station, even if I'm a guest as a mixer or personality, if I can't be what I am, then I don't want to do it. Oh man, the female interview, shouts to Pinky, man, that was great, man. You know what I mean? That was just great, man. She kept it all the way 200%. We actually became homies, you know what I'm saying, after that. Did some more mixtape work. She took some shots at making some music. You know, I recently interviewed David Bannerman, you know what I mean? That was a really political interview. Got a lot of feedback from it, mostly positive, but I felt like he kept it real, you know what I'm saying? It's always fun when me and Walker get together, because it's more like a conversation. It's not like an interview. It's just like we're just talking shit, because that's my homie, you know what I'm saying? Rocco is always cool, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them have been memorable, man. Lil B, you know what I mean? Lil B was probably hands down the funniest interview I've ever done. Like, usually I'm on the end of making the artist laugh, but Lil B had me dying, crying, like, you know what I mean? And then some of the bigger ones, man, I think, you know, less a couple other names. I think I'm the only person to have a Jeezy come and not at the same time, but I've had Jeezy and I've had Gucci. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I've had Jeezy, I've had Gucci, I've had people that have had tensions with each other that might not go interview with another DJ because they feel like they're having favoritism, but everybody's kind of came to scream, you know what I mean? Tippers came, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all come to scream because I'm here for the culture, the music, you know what I mean? I ain't here for the BS. Well, definitely, I think people definitely should know that we're putting out hits. And when I say we launched the offspring of Hood Rich Entertainment, which is Hood Rich Production Group. You know what I'm saying? Some of the dopest young producers in the game, and it's been around like 3 years. It's a blessing already. We got, you know, South Spins, Cash Out, Cashing Out, Future, Commas. You know what I'm saying? Cash Out, Cashing Out, which is platinum. You know what I'm saying? You Don't Even Know It came from our camp. Shouts to Childish Major, it's a gold record, you know what I'm saying? Stoner came from our camp, Dundale, it's a gold record, you know what I'm saying? So we done put some points up. So on the time away from the mixtapes and the radio and all this other stuff, I've really been in the studio just you know, helping this HPG imprint get to the next level. Very random process. Most of them come from their mama house on their couch. And I ask them what they do, and I make beats. What else you do? I make beats. Okay, I need somebody who just makes beats. They don't want to live. They don't want to have fun. They just make beats. You know what I mean? Nah, it's an energy, man. You know what I'm saying? I think with production, it's a little different than seeking out an artist. You just kind of want an energy, and you want to know what the producer's vision is. If the producer just say, yo, I want to make some money and whoopie-whoopie-whoop, then, you know, 9 times out of 10, it ain't going to be nothing special. But these producers really be having their vision laid out. Like, this is my sound. This is how my sound's going to go. I want the sound to be like this summer. Like, I remember meeting DJ Mustard, like, way early on. He told me, like, yo, I'm finna just go crazy in the club. That's it. I just want all my shit just to go crazy in the club, just club. And then I would hear his beats, and I was like, well, I like this. It's simple, but it's effective. It's funky, you know what I'm saying? And, of course, he really helped bring, I feel like, the West Coast vibe back to the level it needed to be, you know what I mean? Man, I got the same birthday as Pimp C, so if I said what I really felt about it, it'll probably ruffle a lot of feathers, but at the end of the day, I'm for positivity and progression, but I'm also about giving people proper credit. You know what I'm saying? Let's just understand what the South is. Let's really pay attention to you know, our Billboard history, our sales history. You know what I mean? We're always on the charts. Rest in peace, 106 and Park, but 106 and Park was there. We were always on 106 and Park. You know what I mean? And as long as like a lot of the guys, say for instance, let's take a OT Genesis and Fetty Wap and all that. They come to Atlanta and show a lot of love. You feel me? So it's obviously Southern influence and it's got that vibe to it, but I'm cool with it. They're hit records, they show us love, they rock with our artists. Cool. French Montana really got his buzz in the A. Nicki Minaj really got a buzz in the A. They spend a lot of time there getting their buzz. They show love to it. But there are certain artists I feel like, you know, they kind of getting brand new, like, you know, we created this sound. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? Like, just give the South they props, know where it's coming from. 2 Chainz is gonna give Mustard and the West Coast they props. We know that I'm different is his vibe, but it's a West Coast record. Just show love, you know what I'm saying? And we can't all the way be frustrated because there was a time in the 90s when everybody wanted it to sound like Biggie and Pop, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it was, and they influenced a lot of people. So as long as the proper credit is given and it's all love, then it's cool. Yeah, I want to tell my Concrete Magazine story, man. I remember emailing, where my homie at, man? I remember emailing Concrete Magazine 10 years ago. This is outtakes, trying to get my mixtapes, and mailing to some address that probably didn't exist, and now I'm here, man. So you can do it, man. You got to stay down. Big up to y'all. See, I've been doing it like 10 years. I think the first Concrete mag I saw was probably the first Southern Entertainment Awards, or second. You know what I'm saying? And y'all kept the same size. I'm a fan of it. I want to get a subscription so we can keep it coming. You know what I'm saying? And definitely salute to y'all, man. So I just had to throw that in there just to let people know. At one time, I was trying to just squeeze in the mixtape part of Concrete, and now I'm here, you know what I mean, doing business with them, so it's all love. Yo, check it out. It's the DJ Screen representing Hood Rich for life. And right now, you know, you're rocking out with the Concrete Magazine Industry Insight. It's going down in a major way. Believe that. Salute.
This is Concrete TV. Concrete TV.